Chapter 7: Cultivating Self-Compassion Amidst Perfectionism. The Hidden Price of Perfectionism. In a world that applauds flawless presentations and spotless performances, it's easy to fall into the trap of perfectionism. While striving for excellence is commendable, an unchecked desire for perfection can be a double-edged sword, often leading to chronic overthinking. This chapter delves into the nuanced challenges posed by perfectionism and outlines strategies for cultivating self-compassion as a tool for healthier living. Perfectionism often masquerades as a virtuous trait, pushing individuals to exceed expectations in every aspect of life. However, beneath this quest for the impeccable lies a tumultuous sea of self-doubt and relentless self-criticism. The first step towards mitigating these effects is recognizing how perfectionism manifests in your life. Does it propel you forward, or does it paralyze you with fear of making mistakes? Understanding this distinction is crucial. Developing self-compassion isn't about lowering standards or accepting mediocrity. Rather, it's about nurturing a forgiving relationship with oneself. The journey involves learning to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend. This approach alleviates personal suffering and enhances overall productivity and creativity by reducing the fear of potential failure. Realistic expectations. The balancing act. Setting realistic goals is another pivotal aspect of overcoming the perfectionist mindset. It involves aligning ambitions with actual capabilities and context, thus setting the stage for achievable successes. Celebrating these successes, no matter how small, reinforces positive self-perception and motivates continued progress. This process helps break the cycle of overthinking, where one might ruminate on potential failures instead of focusing on actionable steps toward success. The power of mindful awareness cannot be overstated when dealing with perfectionism. By staying present and engaged in the current task, you can more easily recognize when unrealistic expectations begin to cloud your judgment. Mindfulness practices serve as a grounding tool, bringing you back to the reality of now, where perfection is neither expected nor required. Throughout this chapter, personal anecdotes will illustrate how various individuals have successfully navigated their paths away from toxic perfectionism towards embracing imperfection as part of growth. These stories not only provide practical examples, but also resonate on an emotional level, encouraging you to see parts of your own experience reflected in theirs. Finally, adopting continuous learning as a lifestyle choice plays a vital role in maintaining balance. Engaging regularly with new ideas and perspectives fosters an environment where growth is prioritized over perfection. This mindset shift is essential for anyone looking to escape the confines of overthinking and embrace a more fulfilling life. As we explore these themes, remember that the journey towards self-compassion is both personal and profound. It promises not just relief from the paralyzing grips of perfectionism, but also a richer, more engaging life experience. Embrace this path with openness and curiosity, and watch as new horizons in your personal and professional life unfold. Recognize and challenge the pitfalls of perfectionism. Perfectionism often masquerades as a virtuous trait, pushing individuals to strive for flawless execution in every task. However, beneath this shiny exterior lies a trap that frequently ensnares the unwary. Perfectionists tend to set impossibly high standards for themselves, which often leads to feelings of inadequacy and failure when these standards are inevitably not met. Imagine you're painting a landscape. You want every stroke to capture the exact essence of the scene before you. But focusing too intensely on getting every detail perfect can actually detract from the overall beauty of the painting. This is similar to perfectionism, where the obsession with details can prevent achieving a more fulfilling, big-picture success. The relentless pursuit of perfection can also lead to significant stress and burnout. This is compounded by the fact that perfectionists typically have a harder time bouncing back from setbacks due to their harsh self-criticism. The fear of making mistakes might even prevent them from taking necessary risks, stifling creativity and growth. It's crucial to recognize when the quest for perfection is serving you and when it's sabotaging you. Understanding this distinction helps redefine personal goals in a way that emphasizes progress over perfection. Challenging perfectionism means embracing mistakes as learning opportunities and acknowledging that setbacks are a natural part of personal and professional growth. Recognize when perfectionism is more of a hindrance than a help. Develop self compassion practices to counteract self criticism and doubt. Self criticism can be a debilitating habit, particularly for those who hold themselves to the unyielding standards of perfectionism. To counteract this, developing practices of self compassion is essential. Self compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend. Incorporating self compassion into daily life can start with simply noticing the tone of your inner dialogue. Is it harsh or supportive? Imagine speaking to a friend who has made a mistake. Would you criticize them as harshly as you do yourself? Probably not. This shift in perspective can be profoundly liberating. Mindfulness is a key component of self compassion. It allows individuals to observe their thoughts and feelings without judgment. Practicing mindfulness can help you recognize and accept your imperfections, understanding that they do not define your worth as a person. Another practical step is to write down your critical thoughts and reframe them in a more compassionate way. This exercise helps to identify negative patterns and transform them into more supportive statements. Rhetorical questions can also be powerful tools in developing self-compassion. Asking yourself, "What would I say to someone else in this situation?" can help you cultivate a more forgiving and understanding approach toward yourself. Could seeing yourself through a lens of compassion change how you face challenges? Set realistic expectations and celebrate personal successes. Setting realistic expectations is crucial in mitigating the effects of perfectionism. This doesn't mean lowering your standards, but instead defining them in a way that is attainable and sustainable. It's about knowing your limits and working within them to achieve success without undue stress. Consider a gardener planting seeds. Each type of plant has different needs and grows at its own pace. If the gardener expects all plants to grow at the same rate, they're setting themselves up for disappointment. Similarly, understanding and accepting your unique growth process is key to setting realistic expectations. Celebrating personal successes, no matter how small, is an important aspect of this process. Acknowledging achievements reinforces positive behaviors and boosts self-esteem, which diminishes the power of self-criticism. It's like giving yourself a pat on the back, acknowledging the effort, not just the outcome. Integrating celebrations into your routine can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on what you accomplished at the end of the day. This practice can shift the focus from what went wrong to what went right, fostering a more positive mindset and encouraging further progress. Recognize the pitfalls of perfectionism, develop self-compassion, and set realistic expectations to encourage personal growth and satisfaction. Through the journey of this chapter, we've navigated the challenging terrain of perfectionism and how it can overshadow our mental peace. Recognizing the traps set by perfectionism is the first step toward reclaiming your sense of self-worth and mental clarity. Remember, perfection is an illusion, often an unattainable standard that can cause more harm than good. Developing self-compassion is not just beneficial, it's essential. It gently reminds you that you are enough, exactly as you are. By practicing self-compassion, you learn to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. This shift in perspective can profoundly impact how you view yourself and your achievements. Setting realistic expectations is equally vital. It allows you to celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Each personal success is a building block in the foundation of your self-esteem and confidence. Acknowledging and celebrating these successes reinforces your abilities and fosters a healthy, realistic self-image. Let's carry forward these insights as tools for growth. Applying these principles not only eases the burden of overthinking, but also paves the way for a more contented, fulfilling life. You are capable of amazing things when you free yourself from the chains of perfectionism and embrace your true self with compassion and understanding. As we move forward, remember that this journey is about progression, not perfection. Allow yourself the space to grow, learn, and flourish at your own pace. Your mental health and well-being are worth that investment.